2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 18. For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
This is Dabu7, and a heads up here for Canadians that may be concerned about what's coming in the offing. We have the Chief Medical Officer up there, David Williams, saying that Canadians who refuse the vaccine will not have the freedom to move around. This is something that people need to be taking a really good look at, whether it's your country, your state, city, whoever's calling these shots and implementing these things and enforcing it on the people. You have to take a good look at what's going on there. Now, he's saying you're not going to have the freedom to move around, and you're going to have to continue to wear a mask. He goes on to state, and he acknowledges that we can't force someone to take a vaccine. Okay? So when you hear Biden and all these others come out saying, oh, we're not going to mandate it, or Biden says we're not going to mandate it on a federal level, well, this just means the states pick up the baton at that point, and they turn to their governors, or their little dictators, as I call them, that they've put into position, or their mayors, like Lightfoot in Chicago. All of this comes back to a control mechanism. And they say that what we can do is we'll say you won't have access to certain things if you don't have proof of vaccination. So they're not going to force you to get the vaccine, but they're telling you right now you're not going to be able to go into the ball club, the restaurant, the bar, back to normal life, back to anything as they see it, unless you can prove that you've been vaccinated. If you can't, there's going to be all these circumstances. So this is where we sit, and it's not just with Canada. This seems to be the stance that a lot of world leaders are taking, trying to make it look like on the surface, not going to mandate it, but then on the other side of the coin, they're mandating all this. They're using the businesses. Do you see this? All the businesses that are still alive, how can that be? All of your mom and pop shops got wiped out, but all these other businesses are still alive because they're complying and they're a part of this system. Anyhow,
The point has been made. The description states Entra's Chief Medical Officer says that those who refuse to take the COVID vaccine won't have freedom to move around. We'll have to continue to wear masks. And someone made a very interesting comment under this person's initial comment. The initial comment states the conspiracy theorists, so-called, are right again. And we know who these people are really referring to when they say the conspiracy theorists. But before I go in any further, I would like to give all praises, glories, and honors to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, Wachakodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth, as well as men of like mind. Shalom wa chasa to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seed land of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great and abroad. To you I say Shalom and Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Ratazah. This lesson is edifying. And so, as I was saying, these people know who the true men of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai are. They know who the true prophets are, and they have been watching the true men of the Lord, whom today are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down to the men of like mind. I'm going to scatter here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. And some may call us conspiracy theorists, beginning with our apostles. Okay. But the point is that we, beginning with the apostles, or the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, the true prophets that have been warning the nation of Israel, beginning with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down to men of like mind, of prophecy, of the things that would come before they occur. And right now we are living in the times that we, beginning with our apostles, prophesied of, that we would be as it is written in times of trouble, that we would experience Jacob's trouble, that we would experience these devils coming down having great wrath because they know that they had but a short time, being like unto madmen, sparing none, wasting and destroying and spoiling, and being as a flood. And that we would see these devils mandate the RFID microchip, which is a mark of the beast, okay, which is the goal of their New World Order, to cause all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That we would also see the third world's woe happen after the chip is mandated. And then finally, the return of our Lord Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ, and the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. These are all prophecy, man, that you Israelites have been told of and warned concerning by the apostles. Okay? For decades, man. Going all the way back to their teachers. High Priest Abba Bivens, High Priest Jacob, King Masha, High Priest Arya, El Apostle Dahar, El Apostle Gabor, El Apostle Racha, El Apostle Ramlab, the Connecticut elders, on down to the older brethren, on down to us younger brothers of Great Millstone, have been warning you Israelites of these things, man. But 2/3 of the nation of Israel would say that the evil shall not overtake nor prevent them, have been scoffing and scorning and mocking at the counsels, at the warnings of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They scorn at the spiritual trumpet that has been blown continuously. But now that things are happening, now they're getting scared, now they're getting nervous. And now they're realizing that, man, these men were right. Just like this person's comment, and I decided to ignore it. This is the point that I wanted to get to. This person said, and I decided to ignore it and think it was far-fetched. How dumb was I? And that's the kind of mindset that 2/3 are going to have in these times. How dumb was I for ignoring the true prophets or men of the Lord that were sacrificing all to warn of the perils to come. And this is just the beginning, man. The worst is yet to come. Canadians who refuse vaccine won't have freedom to move around, and they're about to mandate it over there in England. So pray for the elect that are scattered in the UK. May Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Brakatham preserve you all and keep you all protected. Okay? And then you're going to have brothers over there in Canada. And then eventually they're going to bring it over here. Canadians who refuse vaccine won't have freedom to move around, warns Chief medical officer. That is why the scripture says here in 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled. Because throughout the world, in first world countries like Canada, here in America, Babylon the Great as examples, people have been continuously exposed to instant gratification. Everything is right there at their whim, at their beck and call. It's instant. Okay? And that has caused people to become proud. Why? Because everything is so readily available, but now that everything has shut down, people are in a state of discomfort, in a state of vexation, despair, and even panic. Because men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Why? Because if you've been keeping up with the news and everything that's been going on for the past, going on 12 months, a lot of mom and pop businesses have been permanently closed. People are about to lose their homes and get evicted, and their financial hedge, the little that they had remaining, and it's about to get real grisly out here, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Why? Because there's going to be a lack of bread. There's going to be a famine. It's going to be a survival of the fittest weather out here. But shall destroy their houses with the sword. Now, the sword is an instrument of cruelty. The modern day sword comes in the form of your pistol, your assault rifles, your grenade launchers, so on and so forth. And the sword is actually the blessing of Esau Edom, the so-called Caucasian race, beginning with the elites, which, according to the book of Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, is the wicked. Okay, their blessing was and is the sword. Okay, and spoiled their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And all these things are coming, man. Okay, and they have started happening and have been happening on a very small scale, but things are going to very quickly escalate to unprecedented levels, because the Lord told us that Jacob's trouble is going to be a time that we've never seen, a time like no other. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. But as for the sinners of the Lord's people, would say that the evil shall not overtake nor prevent them. They will be destroyed by the four kinds that the Lord will appoint over them in those times. That is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 3. And I will appoint over them four kinds, save the Lord Jehovah: the sword to slay, via Esau Edom, his martial law troops, his cargo troops, his UN troops, his police forces. Okay, and the dogs to tear. You're going to have wild dogs, wild animals from the zoos that are going to be roaming the streets, hunting for food. And the fowls of the heaven, apex fowls, such as eagles and all kind of birds, man. And the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Right, wild beasts. Your jaguars, your tigers, your lions, so on and so forth, and they shall die of grievous deaths. Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 4, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. And these things are coming unto 2/3 of the nation of Israel, unto the sinners of the Lord's people. Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And this is their mentality, but now they're realizing that, damn, we are actually in some shit. And they're going to be forced to submit to the things that the Lord Yahweh, through Son Yahushai, are going to bring upon this earth, thus causing them to realize and submit to the fact that the Lord is indeed to be feared, and that it is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that are bringing all these things upon the earth, man. But as for the elect of the nation of Israel, they will be saved from the troubles of Jacob's trouble. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time, and at that time, a little excited, shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, Michael the archangel. And there shall be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same nation. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. What book? The book of life. And the people that shall be delivered, it's referring to the elect, which Lord's willing we are of that number. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem HaKakodash, to the elect. Until the next, I say Shalom.